Today I'm going to do something a little bit different for my episode of Diary of a Puzzle Gamer. First I'm going to review a puzzle that I haven't finished. I was pretty close, maybe there are like 200 pieces that are left out of 1,000, and yet I have no interest in completing the puzzle. Also, the first time I'm going to give you a negative review of a puzzle, which I really didn't think would happen, because with puzzles I see exactly what I get from a game. I see some images, I read about gameplay, but until you play it, it can be very different, the final experience. With a puzzle, usually I know what I get. Not the case here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna give you a general introduction about this puzzle, I'm gonna share what I got, and I'm gonna tell you why I'm not gonna finish it and why I'm not very happy with the puzzle. Which is a pity, because I was so immensely excited. No, I'm not holding a Dungeons & Dragons box. This is the puzzle. It's a puzzle based on the classic cover on the box of the Red Box edition for Dungeons & Dragons, which has a huge emotional value for me. It is the game and the edition of the game that initiated me to role-playing games, to Dungeons & Dragons, to a social life, really. I didn't have much of one before. I made friends, we slaughtered monsters together, we found treasures, we spent the countless hours in a meaningful communication and meaningful social event. And also just the image. Again, it may be because of the nostalgia, but it's such a powerful, mighty image. And she, to me, she will always be the barbarian. Sorry, Conan, silver medal, which is not bad. But she's the kind of barbarian that you want to slaughter dragons with. So, 1,000 pieces, fantastic illustration, great emotional value. What could go wrong? Let me show you. So here's the puzzle, at least the part that I completed, the part that I will complete. It's nice, but do you see the problem? Do you see the thing that really surprised me? Of course, the box shows me the image and says 1,000-piece puzzle. But I had no idea that the same indication would go there. This is the first time I see something like this. Of course, I solved countless puzzles that say puzzle on the box, but not on the image itself. Right there, that totally disappointed me. That made it the kind of puzzle that I will have fun solving, recreating this image, even recreating that elaborate font there. But I already knew, but this is not gonna go on the wall, I'm not gonna frame it, it's not gonna become decor for my game room, which I hope it would. But I don't want a reproduction of the lid of the puzzle box as opposed to a reproduction of the image from Dungeons & Dragons, because that indication right there throws off everything. But still, I thought, well, at least I'm gonna solve it, I'm gonna have fun doing that. And the part that you see here was pretty fun. But there are a couple of unusual things. One is, and you may have noticed, the edges are not done. And I always do the edges first, not in this case, because I decided to do the edges last. First the image and the writings, then the other pieces, and finally the edges. These are the non-edge pieces that I sorted by shape. The edge pieces are in the box, and that's when I thought that there's no need for me to keep playing, to keep doing this puzzle. Why? Because the cut of the pieces is so similar. It's so similar. Just look at the shape. Look at these pieces here. They're almost identical. That means when you have a solid color with no nuances whatsoever, in pieces that are so almost identical, well, all that you can do, of course, to figure out which one goes there or there is to tie them one at a time, turn it, no. One at a time, turn it, no. One at a time, turn it, no. And I did that for a couple of pieces, and then I just thought, what's the point? It's an extremely tedious process without any of those fun moments. Aha, that's the one. Haha, I see that one. Okay. I stick in my mind the image of the thing having the thing sticking out here, and that is the proportion, etc., etc., etc. There are also practical considerations with the shapes being so similar, when you place a piece that's not the right one, it tends to get stuck in there because it almost goes in there. And so then you have to hold the edges, pull it out, turn it the other way, stick it in. Oh, it looks like it's right. No, it's not. Out. So it's just a boring, tedious process. You can see there isn't much that is left, but simply every single piece is a tedious, boring, repetitive process, which, by the way, tells you that puzzling is not the kind of mindless operation that maybe people who don't do a lot of puzzles think it is. Precisely, it is not about just getting any piece in your hand and try it everywhere and in any position, every piece one after the other. It's about finding the shortcuts. It's about finding strategies, about the joy, in fact, of figuring out ways that are efficient and fun to solve the puzzles. Which also tells you a good puzzle is not just a great image that you cut in pieces. The cut needs to have a certain flair, needs to have a certain personality, needs to be fun. And this one doesn't. It is just, I don't know, somebody who has seen puzzles but hasn't done many, and that just thought, oh yeah, puzzles is just the same bunch of pieces, more or less looking the same. Again, just another example. All these pieces, any piece where you think this would go, any space where you think this would go, almost any of these could potentially go. And so just one after the other. Look at this one, for example. See the edge, thanks to the white part, I was able to do this edge. And just look how the pieces repeat themselves. So this one, the one with the, let's call it the Mickey Mouse is here, another piece, Mickey Mouse, another piece, Mickey Mouse, another piece, Mickey Mouse, another piece. Thing with the finger point this way, Mickey Mouse, another piece, Mickey Mouse, another piece, Mickey Mouse. Even this part was boring to do. So it's not that the puzzle is hard. I saw some hard puzzles. It's that it is boring and tedious, and so I just don't have any intention of finishing it. Because why would I? After I go through all this process, I'm probably gonna destroy it, or disassemble it, and put it back in the box, because it's not the cover of Dungeons and Dragons, it's the cover of the puzzle box put on the puzzle. I hope it's a printing error. If it's not, I don't know what the wisdom was in there. So since the puzzle is gonna go back in the box anyways, I don't see why I need to torture myself with this boring process here. So pretty disappointed by this puzzle on a number of levels. On the other hand, now you see it's possible for me to review puzzles negatively. So when you see a positive one, you know, it's not something to be taken for granted. But also something that you get to see is me destroying a puzzle, which is maybe 700-800 pieces done. And this is how we do it. We make it into a nice burrito. By the way, you see the fit, such tight fit would be great. But again, the problem is that when you put the wrong piece somewhere in there, it gets stuck before you can then try again. And it's boring. It's great to have such a fit when you're having fun doing the puzzle. Okay, I'll break it up a little bit more, but I think you get the sense. I hope this was as cathartic for you as it was for me. Thank you for watching.